Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Reezy, bringing you that fresh content straight out the press, just like always. All right, in this video, we are going to be talking about the other side of winning, which is losing, right? No one likes to lose, but it is inevitable that we think that we can just win every single game that we choose to. It doesn't work that way. So in this video, I'm going to show you a set that I did that I go 2 and 3 with this team. We are going to be using Dragonite, Metagross, and Swampert as our safe switch. So the team performed pretty well, and I was very confident that I was going to be able to pull out at least a 3-2 in this set. But we're going to see some of the mistakes that I made and that I could have done better. And a lot of times we think because we go negative in the set that the team isn't working, but we need to also think about the mechanics and the style of play that we're doing and kind of question ourselves and decide, is it how I'm playing that's keeping me from reaching my goals instead of the actual team, all right? And I'm a true believer that, the more you use the team, the more comfortable you get, the more you learn how to overcome lost leads and maintain, switch advantage if you are going to win the lead, right? And so it happens. Not every set is going to be a positive set, right? It's impossible. But it's always important to look back and think about the things that we could have done better. It's called self-reflection. As a school teacher, that's something that I constantly do every single day as far as my performance goes for my students. It's self-reflection. And that's the same mindset that I'm taking with me whenever I enter the Go Battle League. What can I do better? What can I adjust? What kind of plays can I make that will give me the competitive edge, right? And so let's sit back and analyze this video. Let's figure out where I went wrong. Let's figure out, what I could have done better. And let's see if we're able to rebound tomorrow. How about that? Okay? But I just want you to know that it's okay to lose. Don't get down on yourself. Just know you just got to keep pushing forward. Okay? Keep pushing forward. All right, let's get into this thing. All right, so let's analyze and see what worked, what didn't work, where some great plays were made and where some bad ones were made as well. All right, in this first matchup, we're kind of met with a bad lead, but what I usually do in this case, I stay in there and I let them go ahead and throw the first charge move. Usually it's a wild charge. It's not going to KO, and it's cool, as you can see right here. And then I usually bait with a Dragon Claw just to see if they bite. He didn't bite, but I still have another Dragon Claw ready, locked and loaded. And so it's just a mirror shot, and I have enough energy. Well, I knew I could farm down. I have enough energy for whatever's going to come in next. It happens to be a Gyarados. Here, I was like, all right, if they don't shield it, I'm definitely going to get this damage in. And they don't. And I take it right there. In my opinion, that was a great play. Either I was going to get the shield or I was going to immediately, take away about half of their health. So this is a Waterfall Gyarados, which is really, really tricky because he has a great matchup with both my mines, pretty much. He shields my Hydro Cannon. And then I knew that this would be an Aqua Tail, at least I thought it would be, and it is. And so what I decided to do is just stay in this matchup, and just, I didn't know I shielded there, I committed to shield. But I figured if I just go ahead and I could outpace him to at least another Hydro Cannon. And I think he allows me to take him out, and then I have one Hydro Cannon ready for whatever's in the back. But I immediately swap into my Metagross. I knew that I could survive a Hurricane. Alright, so my play was go ahead and get into Metagross, throw Meteor Mash to get the last shield, and then, eat whatever he throws at me, and then throw the Meteor Mash to pretty much wrap up the game. And so at this point, it's pretty much all she wrote. It's pretty self-explanatory. Even though I had no shields to his one shield, I knew Metagross would be able to outpace him to the next charge move. Yeah, by the way, I built my Metagross. Let's talk about that for a second. I actually built my Metagross finally. So I'm happy about that. I've been doing really well with them. I see why people use them. It feels good. It definitely does. So let's get into this next matchup and see how things go. Actually, I think this one is where the game decides to close out. But we know why this is going on. Like I say, those are great plays, and I really thought, I did good there. And I'm just building on that momentum. So let's see what happens in the second game. Met with a Haxorus. Usually they swap out because, Dragonite just overwhelms him. And then he swaps into his Snorlax. I usually swap into my Swampert and just kind of just spam Hydro Cannons. In this case, that's exactly what I wanted to do. But I wanted to make sure I keep Switch Advantage aligned because that Haxorus cannot see my Metagross. That's what I'm trying to prevent. So I am just going to continue to spam these Hydro Cannons. I do get a shield, and I think I decided to commit a shield here. I could have just let it go through because it's a body slam, but I knew he would be able to lick me down, and I would end up having to use a shield on the back end. So I would just rather go ahead and continue to spam and, shield and just keep doing that same pattern. So here I was like, you know what? I have to maintain. So I commit my last shield to maintain Switch Advantage because it would definitely throw off the alignment in that matchup because I have to keep Dragonite on that Haxorus. And so he goes into it with his own Metagross. And so I'm able to get to a Hydro Cannon here and hoping that he gives me the shield. If not, it's cool. He does commit his last shield and it's fine. I let him farm me down. I knew I couldn't go into it with my Metagross because he would just Earthquake me. That would be a dumb mistake. But watch what I do here. So I go into it with my Dragonite. I knew he had energy to, I wanted him to dump all of that out on my Dragonite. And then here, he decides to swap. And I'm like, all right, cool. This is what I didn't want, but I got it anyway. So I knew I had to eat a Night Slash. It hurts, definitely hurts. But I knew a Meteor Mash would be enough to KO. And so I'm fine there. My thing now is to make sure that I can get to another Meteor Mash to at least do a lot of damage to his Metagross. I don't, and it's cool. And now it's almost like a race to the charge move. And I get to the Hurricane. I'm hoping that it was going to KO, but it doesn't because of that. I think because when you best buddy your Metagross, it gives it just a little bit extra defense. And that's what happened in this particular situation. But I was able to farm it down to take that game. So nice plays right here. All nice plays, right? All nice plays. So, Reezy, what else could happen? Where could you have possibly gone wrong? All right, this is where the tables start to turn, right? If I'm going 2 and 3, you already know what's going to happen these last matchups. All right, Dragonite versus Dragonite. What I usually do with these matchups, I let them throw the first charge move because you get an extra Dragon Breath in if you allow them to throw first. So here, I commit a shield and I throw mine. And this is where I mess up right here. I try to farm it down. I had the Dragon Claw ready. Could have thrown it, taken it out, and I could have kept aligned with everything I needed. But I decided that, to keep my shield in that scenario, I should have went ahead and thrown. And now I'm met with Gyarados. And so, it may not have made a difference if I even, decided to throw first, take the advantage. But in my head, I felt that, it would have helped me prep for whatever he was going to bring in. And, I had to commit a shield. Now I'm down shields. And, Aquatail is so spammy. So I decided, I thought I clicked Hydro Cannon, but the heat ended up letting me let it go through. And now I'm stuck. Metagross with a shield versus Metagross without a shield. This game is over. Right? I think because I committed that shield, thinking that I could get rid of that Gyarados, I was so scared that Gyarados was going to do a lot of damage to my Metagross that I committed a shield on Swampert when I just should have just let it go, do what I could, and then come in with Metagross. But that's my fault. That's something that I gotta learn. So Those are my mistakes. That was on me. That wasn't the team comp. That was definitely on me. Here, I win the lead, and he swaps into Snorlax, and I'm feeling pretty good. I'm like, all right, cool. I catch a great lead. You know, all I need to do is win this last game. So the same routine that we just saw a couple of videos ago, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to continue to spam Hydro Cannons. All right, one thing about Snorlax is that, you know, I knew he was forming up a lot of energy, and at this point, something told me to shield. It was like, Reezy, shield. This is why I shielded. It was a Skull Bash. So I'm glad I did commit that shield there. That was actually a great shield. Another great play. Intuition, basically. That was great intuition. So here I farm it down. I have energy ready to go. He comes back in with his Machamp. And then, you know, I throw a Hydro Cannon and he lets it go through. So I'm like, man, I'm in a pretty decent spot. But he still has 2 shields. He's not shielded anything. And that has me a little bit worried. I kind of figured that he must have had a Metagross in the back if he's saving both shields for it. And so I come back in with Dragonite. And he swaps into, there it is. Swaps into Metagross. And I stay. I should have just swapped. But I stayed in the matchup way too long, thinking I could. I don't know what was my mindset here. I stayed in there. I should have dipped out. And now I realized it way too late that I should have dipped out. And now I'm just trying to chip away, and he's just farming energy. Even though I got to shield Metagross with energy, like I said in my previous video, is one of the most deadliest things in Master League, Premier, Open. You know, it's bad news bears for anybody. And here I'm thinking, you know what? I could farm it down, maybe get the 2 Meteor Meshes. Try not to cuss. Heck no. That idea definitely didn't work, and it cost me the game. Another play by myself that I blew it. Basically, I dropped the ball in this set, trying to do things that I would normally not do, and I paid the price for it. So last game going into this set, I was like, you know, I gotta get this win. And I lose the lead. And before I even met up with this Togekiss, I had a feeling that I was going to meet a Togekiss. And they swap into their Dragonite. The only thing I can do is throw Sludge Waves. You know, it's not much Swampert can do against a Dragonite. He lets it go through. He knew he could take me out. Dragon Claw wasn't going to do nothing. So I decided to let it go down. And I get to a Hydro Cannon at least, where I should have probably just, I don't know, maybe I should just let it take me out instead of me trying to throw charge moves at it, because I could have formed more with my Dragonite and possibly been able to flip a matchup with a Hurricane or something. So here I still wanted to save my shields because I knew I had Metagross in the back. Wanted to save my shields for Metagross. I knew he was going to bring back in Swampert, so I'm ready. I swap, and then he swaps into his Swampert. You know, if it was a different shield scenario, I think maybe Metagross would have stand a chance. But, you know, in the zeros, I mean, I don't know, man. Listen, 2 shields versus 2 shields. You know, it's nothing I can really do here. I'm just throwing Meteor Meshes at this point. You know, just trying to get him to shield something. He does throw a shield. Then here I have to commit a shield. And then, you know, I throw another Meteor Mash. I think he shields this as well. I know he actually let this go through. He lets this one go through. But it's another Hydro Cannon. And I'm trying to watch my switch timer. It comes up and I swap. I try to catch it. And swap. I do catch the charge move, which is another great play. Definitely a great play. But my Metagross just doesn't have enough health to do anything in this case. You know, regardless, I mean, I tried my best. I really did. I tried my best to make something happen in this case, and it just didn't work. So as you can see, it's not the team comp. That 2-3 wasn't because I was just getting dominated by the meta. It came from me making some bad choices that caused me the game. Okay? So sometimes you just gotta think to yourself, what could I have done to play better in this scenario? What kind of plays could I have made? Should I have saved the shield? Should I have used the shield? Those type of things, you know. And don't get down on yourself anytime you lose a game. It happens. I mean, there's nobody in their career that's gone undefeated in anything besides like boxing. Okay? But this ain't boxing. This is Pokemon Go. Go Battle League Master League Premier. Okay? So, but there's always tomorrow, and then you have to use your tomorrow to rebound and to make better plays. Okay? And that's what we're gonna do. Tomorrow, we'll regroup, get back out there, make some plays. Alright? Hopefully this advice is reached by someone. I want all of you to accomplish everything that you set your mind to do. You know, accomplish it, do your best. This is my 4th season playing. You know, when I first started playing, I didn't have any of these things built. I just started back playing in March. So I'm still catching up. You know, don't compare yourself to any of these other content creators that use these teams, that get these 5-0s, that reach rank 10 with ease. You got to remember, they were able to do preseason. They've been playing all 4 years, you know, nonstop. So they have plenty of things built. They have plenty of resources. You can't compare yourself to someone who has put in the work for it. You got to put in the work. Will I make rank 10 this year? I'm not going to say no, but I'm going to say if I don't, I still have a lot to learn. I still have time to develop my skills to get there one day. But until then, heck yeah, I'm gonna try. I ain't about to just sit here and not. I'm like 400 points away, but I'm gonna try my best to get there. So, as always, everybody, you know, like, comment, subscribe. You know, if there's anything that you would like for me to do, any other type of content you would like for me to post, please hit me up, let me know. And until next time, everybody, peace, keep battling, don't give up.